Bonjour! In this video, I'm going to show you 3 simple ways to make pocket notebooks at home in less than 5 minutes. Plus, I'm quite sure you already have everything you need at home. After watching this video, you might never want to buy pocket notebooks again. I made the 3 notebooks in this video to place inside my traveler's notebook cover, which I made entirely from scratch in my last 2 videos. I'll drop the links in the description if you want to check that out. The first technique I want to show you is the most classic one, stitching. For this technique, you will need paper for the inside. It can be regular printing paper, watercolor paper, colored paper, or whatever you want. For this one, I chose regular paper that I printed with a dotted grid, a thick-ish paper for the cover. Here I chose a black paper, thread, a needle, a ruler. It's better to use a metal one, an X-Acto knife, and this is optional, but you can also use something to poke holes, a paper guillotine, and a round corner punch. All right, let's begin. First, we are going to start by cutting our cover to the right size. Just for fun, I foiled a design on it. If you want to know how I did that, I made a video about foiling prints, so check it out. If you want, you can simply cut your cover paper in half. In my case, I want my notebook to be the exact same size as my moleskin, so it can fit perfectly in my traveler's notebook cover, which is the whole point. So I cut it to the same size, then folded it in half. Now, take the paper you chose for the inside and cut it in half. Here I took 4 sheets of paper which cut in half make 8, so 32 pages. If you use regular printing paper, I'd say you could go up to 6 sheets, which makes 48 pages. When they're all cut, fold them in half. Once this is done, take your cover, open it, and place all your pieces of paper open, one on top of the other, then close everything together. Make sure everything is aligned by tapping the bottom and the spine onto a flat surface. If the inside hangs from the side and top, it's normal. We're going to cut it after. Carefully open it again. You can also place something soft into which you can poke holes. Here I'm using fallouts from my traveler's notebook project. If you want to make sure everything stays in place, you can secure it with a paper clip. Now take your ruler and something to make holes. You can also use your needle. Poke a first hole 1 centimeter from the bottom, then a second 1 centimeter from the top. If, like me, you're doing a slightly smaller final size, don't forget to take that into account. In my case, I'm going to cut 1 centimeter from the top, so I added that to the centimeter. Then measure how much you have left in between the first 2 holes and divide that by 3. Remember, these numbers are for pocket notebooks. In my case, I had 12 centimeters. Divided by 3 makes 4, so I poked a third hole 4 centimeters from the top hole, and then a fourth one 4 centimeters from the bottom one, and I had 4 centimeters left in between those 2 as well. Now it's time to stitch. Take your needle and thread. Here I'm using embroidery thread. You can use regular sewing thread, but I'd suggest doubling it if you do. Pass your thread through the bottom hole from the inside to the outside, then through the second, third, and fourth holes. Then go back through the third one the opposite way, and same for the second one. Make sure it's tight and tie a knot with the other end of the thread, and voila! The last step is to cut the excess off. The reason I kept this step for the end is to guarantee the cleanest edges possible. So take your ruler and cut the top and the side. Take your time for this. It's better to use less pressure, but go over multiple times. If you really want to take it a step further, you can round the corners like I do, but it's really not necessary. And there you go, a lovely pocket notebook you made yourself. The second technique I want to show you is my personal favorite, as it is easier, faster, and just as sturdy. For this technique, you will need paper for the inside. For this one, I wanted to make a sketchbook in which I could paint, so I chose watercolor paper, a thick-ish paper for the cover, a staples, something soft into which you can poke holes. Here I'm using fallouts from my traveler's notebook project again, a ruler, an X-Acto knife, and this is optional, but you can also use a paper guillotine and a round corner punch. All the first steps are actually the same, so we're going to go through them a bit faster this time. Cut and fold your cover paper. Cut and fold the paper you chose for the inside. As this one is thicker than regular paper, I took fewer pages. This time I used 2 sheets of paper, which will make 16 pages. Stack all your cut and folded sheets of paper with the cover over all of them. Here's where it changes a bit. Open the pages and lay them flat inside down. So you should have your cover on top. Mark 2 centimeters from the top and bottom. Then place something soft you don't mind poking holes into under the crease and take your stapler. Simply open it, place it on your mark and press down. Now flip the notebook over and using something flat, close the staple. Repeat for the second mark and that's it. All that's left to do is to cut the excess paper. Then round the corners if you want. And voila! In less than 2 minutes, you made a pocket notebook. This last technique is the easiest and most practical in my opinion, and I can almost bet you've never seen it before. For this technique, you will need paper for the inside. Here I used regular blank paper, a thickish paper for the cover, an elastic band, a ruler, an X-Acto knife. And this is optional, but you can also use a paper guillotine and a round corner puncher. Again, all the first steps are actually the same. So cut and fold the paper you chose for the inside. For this one, there are no real limits as to how many pages you can make. Cut and fold your cover paper. Stack all your cut and folded sheets of paper with the cover under all of them. And for this one, we are actually going to cut the side and top now. So I highly suggest you secure everything with a paper clip and then simply cut. I repeat once again. To avoid slips, it is better to pass multiple times softly rather than once with force. Then open the notebook, take an elastic band and go around the crease with it. Keep it rather tight and tie a knot. Then cut the ends and that is it. Yes, that's done. Of course, you can round the corners like for the other ones, but other than that, it is done. What I love about that one is that you can remove and add pages as you need. And voila! 3 easy ways to make notebooks at home in no time. As I told you, I made those to place into my traveler's notebook. Here is how I attached them together and into the cover. I took the sketchbook I wanted in the middle and slid it into the cover with the elastic. Then I took the 2 others and attached them together. What is great is that with the last technique, I already have the elastic to attach them together. Then I passed one under the sketchbook already in the cover and voila! Now I have a super practical traveler's notebook with a dotted notebook with a super cute cover, a sketchbook I can paint in, and a notebook I can take my notes from and place back in, or just remove and add pages super easily. I'm actually in love with it. Okay, that's it for this video. I hope you liked it. Thank you for watching all the way until now. As always, I'd love to talk in the comments with you, and if you want me to know you made it to the end, comment the turtle emoji. I'll see you in another video. Love you!